Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, MBC Lifestyles Diary. My name is Marie. I live in New York and I love traveling, fashion, and cultural events. And I'm asking you to join me on the adventure. I'm going to Cap Haitien, friends, to see La Citadel, the symbol of Haitian independence, fortitude, and spirit. We took the Sunrise airline to fly to Cap Haitien, and this is when I started having my religious experiences because I've never flown a small airplane before, a two propeller plane, and I think there were like 20 people on board. And we're flying to Cap Haitien. We're flying over a mountain to get to that city. So I joked with my cousin and said, yeah, take a flight to Cap Haitien. But nobody really told me what that entailed. But it was quite exciting. I found myself doing things I never thought I would be doing in my home country of Haiti. And I'm pretty damn proud of myself. But the journey itself, I was nervous. I was praying. Everybody else on the plane was calm, including my husband, except me. I was just like, I felt some turbulence. I was looking down at the mountains and thinking, if we crashed, we'd die. And I was steady staring at the propeller to make sure it didn't stop. Yes, I was ridiculous. And obviously, we arrived safely. And I had made reservations at a hotel called Satama Hotel because I had seen it from another influencer called Ruth. Ruth left the States to go make her life in Haiti, and her vlog helped me tremendously. So on her recommendation and on her showing Satama Hotel, we decided to go there. And the services of the hotel include a pickup at the airport. There's a fee for that, but still they arranged for the pickup. And we were in Cap Haitien. And Cap Haitien is also where Labadie is. So, and I had stopped there on the Royal Caribbean cruise. So it was exciting seeing what was in this town. So we're going to Satama. And the Satama Hotel is on the side of a mountain. So the view is breathtaking, but the road, I'm climbing a mountain again. So the way it works is you climb the mountain and you're at the entrance of the hotel, and that is the 5th floor. And then it goes down from there all the way to 1. The lobby is beautiful and the view is stunning. You're standing there and you're looking at the bay and all of Cap Haitien, and it was stunning. And I felt, yes, that propeller ride plane was well worth it. It's a beautiful hotel. I just kept falling in love with the view. The restaurant and the bar are located looking over the infinity pool, and I wanted to call Ruth myself and thank her for that recommendation. Here we are, we're about to have lunch, and my husband has become quite Haitian, so he already knew he wanted cabrit tasso avec du riz collé à pois et banan pesé. Oui, chérie. So that's basically, he ordered fried goat, rice and beans, and fried plantains. So here's a view of the room. Quite modern, quite comfortable, well spaced. I was very happy with it, and it felt spacious, and it had everything that I needed, and I was pretty happy. I was pretty glad to be here, and the food at the restaurant was great, and I was basically on the 1st floor with a garden and overlooking the sea and the pool, and I enjoyed it. And at night the view was breathtaking, and I knew from Ruth that the place to go was Le Boulevard, but I didn't need to go right away. And in the hotel lobby, they had pictures of all the historical sites that Cap Haitien is famous for, including La Citadel and Palais Sans Souci. Today, I'm at Satama Hotel in Cap Haitien. And this area is famous for, of course, its wonderful views, and it's close to Labadie, the famous beach that all the cruise ships stop at, and La Citadel. There are several historical areas here from the 1800s, and La Citadel, of course, built by the first king of Haiti, King Christophe, and the Palais Sans Souci. And we're going to go take you on that adventure. The concierge at Satama Hotel arranged for us to get a tour of La Citadel. So the driver picked us up, drove us to La Citadel, and that entailed going, it's about an hour ride to the town of Mayotte, which sits at the foothills of La Citadel. And then from there, they arranged for us to get small horses to climb 8 miles up to La Citadel. So, of course, when I was hearing this description, it all sounded fine to me. I had no real concept of mountains or riding a horse. And it was quite an adventure, a second phase of my religious experience. And this is the road going up towards the Citadel, and I thought this was steep. Boy, was I in for a surprise. Here's the small horse. Everybody that I sent pictures to insisted on calling them donkeys, but they weren't. They were small horses. And you had guides, and I kind of like flipped out and said, I can't do this. And I had 3 young men who were my guides, and they were so sweet. And they're the ones that gave me the courage to do this ride, because I was in a bad predicament. I was like, I can't walk up this mountain, and I'm terrified about riding on these horses, because this vantage point, you're seeing the mountain, but you're not really understanding that, like, there's a drop. I'm on a mountain. There's a drop, and I kept leaning towards the wall because, all of a sudden I remembered I don't deal well with heights. But these young men were fantastic, and they gave me courage, and they kept telling me the name of my horse is Gucci. How could I be afraid on Gucci? And that I've got 3 strong young men helping me. And I said, am I the biggest chicken? Because everybody else around me was fine. And they said, oh, no, you're not. There was a lady that came last time, and she said, oh my God, my mother's about to lose her child. So that made me laugh and relaxed me. But this is the final stage of going up to this fortress. And let me tell you, it was quite moving. It was quite an experience. And the tour guide that we had, gave such wonderful explanation that, everybody thinks, yes, we defeated the French and they left. But no, they just went into what is now the Dominican Republic. And my ancestors that had fought and sacrificed so much for their freedom was not about to give that up. And they really felt the threat of the French coming back to engage in another battle. So the generals that had each taken a portion of the country under management had decided that they were going to start building fortresses to protect the freedom, that hard-earned freedom. And this was an agreement between Henri Christophe and Pétion to do this. So 20,000 ex-slaves, freed men, undertook to build this fortress. And I've been to the fortress of in Puerto Rico, El Morro, and recently at Cartagena. And I will tell you, this is awe-inspiring. Because not only did they climb to the top of the mountain to build this fortress so that they could have a clear view of any approaching danger, but all the cannons that were abandoned by the European forces, they reclaimed and climbed up that mountain and placed there to protect their town and themselves. And the guide was also kind enough to remind me that Haiti is taken from the Taino word meaning land of high mountains. And the expression is, and behind these high mountains, there are more mountains. And I felt that standing on the rooftop of La Citadel. Large cisterns and storehouses in the fortress's interior were designed to store enough food and water for 5,000 defenders for up to 1 year. The fortress included palace quarters for the king and his family in the event that they needed to take refuge within its walls. Other facilities included dungeons, bathing quarters, and bakery ovens. Also visible is the tomb of Christophe's brother-in-law, killed when the gunpowder room he was in exploded. The citadel's appearance from the trail leading up to its base has been likened to the prow of a great stone ship jutting out from the mountainside. The structure is angular and assumes different geometric forms based on the viewer's orientation. Some of the angles on the citadel were intentionally put there by Christophe to deviate cannonballs if attacked. And then epaulette is a great example of using angles to deviate and deflect shots. La Citadelle was commissioned in 1805 by Henri Christophe and completed in 1820. The fortress was built as a part of a system of fortifications designed to thwart potential foreign incursion. In 1811, Henri Christophe declared himself king of northern Haiti. La Citadelle was built several kilometers inland atop the 900-meter Bonnet à l'Évêque mountain as a means of providing the optimal military vantage point. The location enabled Haitian forces to strategically keep watch over a vast distance from the nearby valleys to the coastline. Cap Haiten and the adjoining Atlantic Ocean are visible from the roof of the fortress. It is the largest fortress in Haiti and one of the largest in the New World. It continues to serve as a symbol of Haitian independence. The Haitians outfitted the fortress with 365 cannons of varying sizes, assembled from the abandoned munitions left behind by the European forces that formerly occupied the island. The enormous stockpiles of cannonballs still sit in pyramidal stacks at the base of the fortress walls. Since its construction, the fortress has withstood numerous earthquakes, though a French attack never came and it was eventually abandoned. King Henri Christophe suffered a stroke in 1820. Shortly afterwards, he committed suicide, according to legend, by shooting himself with a silver bullet. Loyal followers covered his body in quicklime and entombed it in one of the citadel's interior courtyards to prevent others from mutilating the corpse. We took the horse ride down and went to our car and were driven to the Palais Sans-Souci. It was the principal royal residence of King Henri Christophe. It is located in the town of Milo, approximately 5 kilometers or 3 miles northeast of the Citadel, and 13 kilometers southwest of the Three Bays protected area, being among the first buildings constructed in a free Haiti after the Haitian Revolution. The palace and the neighboring citadel are Haitian icons and global symbols of liberty and were inscribed as on the World Heritage List in 1982. The residence accommodated the king, his family, Queen Marie-Louise, and their children, along with their royal staff of advisors. It was the most important of 9 palaces commissioned by the king, as well as 15 chateaux, numerous forts, and sprawling summer homes on his 20 plantations. The nearest airport and large city is Cap Haiten. Under the reign of King Henri Christophe, the palace was the site of opulent feasts and dances. It had immense gardens, artificial springs, and a system of waterworks. The site was formerly the area where Christophe worked the fields for the French. An earthquake caused damage to Sans Souci, and it is now an empty ruin. At the time, its splendor was noted by many foreign visitors. One American physician remarked that it had the reputation of having been one of the most magnificent edifices of the West Indies. It is at the Palais Sans Souci that King Henri Christophe committed suicide, and his body was removed and brought to the Citadel. Even though the palace is in ruins, you can still feel the grandeur of the place, the splendor of the place. And at one point, our guide took us to a fountain that was the main entry of the palace and described it to us and helped us transport ourselves back in time. And we were looking at a wall that had been covered in a mirror. And through this mirror came a waterfall down into a reflecting pool. And he said at a certain time of day when the sun would hit it, all the colors in the prism would shine through. And we were transported there, and you could actually see how this palace glittered in the sun. We were also told that this site is now rented out for people to hold events, and a lot of weddings have been held here. And I could understand why. It was so incredibly beautiful. The trip to the Citadel was an all-day event, and it flew by so fast. But I was pretty amazed. We drove out. I took a horse up a mountain. I visited a palace. And I felt that I came on Monday. We did this day trip Tuesday, and we're heading back Wednesday, and it was too short a trip. Our driver took us along the boulevard, the famous party spot. And as we passed this interesting restaurant, he told me that was his favorite restaurant, and we decided to stop for lunch. The food did not disappoint. The restaurant was called La Caille. And of course, the next day on the 3rd floor of our hotel, we enjoyed our buffet breakfast, and we were off again to my favorite way of flying, propeller planes, yes. But I was no longer afraid of heights or mountains because I had climbed the Citadel. So now I could laugh at what I thought was a mountain. It was quite an experience. And I felt a deep respect for my ancestors. Also on the trip, I met a woman from Barbados who was very enthusiastic about Haiti. And she said when she was growing up in Barbados and going to school, when they would start talking about history, her teachers would make her take a moment of silence and say that because of Haitians and the Haitian revolutions, we now exist. And that was pretty powerful. And I thanked her for that. And she also talked about the strong vibrations of the island. If you enjoy this, subscribe and like.